Hello and welcome to this very, very special India Questions. We've got a whole lot of youngsters, the future generation of India, and a youngster here as well, Shah Rukh Khan, the one and only Shah Rukh Khan. You know, before I came, I just wondered, and I talked to everybody here, what will this show be about? Because your life is an open book. There's a film about you, there's a book, many books about you, everybody's seen you on screen, and you have been transparent with everybody. So what is this show going to be about? Then I think somebody suggested, let's just find out what the real Shah Rukh. So we're going to ask you, Shah Rukh in the morning, Shah Rukh in the afternoon, Shah Rukh in the evening, and the last section, Shah Rukh at night.
All right.
Okay, Shah Rukh in the morning. What's an ordinary Shah Rukh do first thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, I get scared looking at my hair.
Not your
It's
hair?
always like this. The first thing in the morning now is my son jumps on my stomach and my daughter screams at me. So I have to wake up and sort of drop them at least to the car or to the school if I'm working.
You drop them to school?
If I'm working, then I drop them and go for work. And invariably now, my wife has stopped me doing it because I make them late. So then we have to stand outside the school gate waiting for the assembly to get over. So she says, no, they'll go on their own and you go later.
This is what time about?
This is at about 7:45.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Early morning.
And early morning. So if I don't get ready and bathe and leave by 7:45, they have to go on their own. And then I have a cup of tea. Now there are so many newspapers, so I read them all.
So it's like one of us.
Absolutely like
See, that's the
everyone
real
else.
Shah Rukh, just like one of us.
And then at about 9 I leave for work.
9 you leave for work.
Okay, I'm saying it, actually leave at 10. But my stardom makes everyone believe. I enter the set and I say, it's 9 o'clock. They say, yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Spot on time.
I'm spot on time. It's always on time.
Any question? Who wants to ask the first question? Let's take this young girl down here.
The remake of the old Dawn, has it not set parameters for its success? Because it is a remake of the old movie.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a... If you make a remake of an old film, which is not really so relevant in terms of times, it's not 15, 20 years ago, then it's not such a big chance to take. You know, maybe a Devdas is an okay film to remake. I think none of you who were born in the same year as I did would have seen Devdas. So it was an interesting thing to do, being a film person. But Dawn is a little scary, yeah, because, you know, it's in the minds and hearts of everyone, and with the wonderful television channels showing it every day, and more so now.
Oops.
Yeah, so it's... But what I liked about the film was the fact that the guys who were making it, that is Farhan Akhtar and Ritesh and the whole team, they love Dawn as much as I do. And they have very clearly changed it a lot. See, I didn't say this earlier, because then all the tabloids will start talking about the changes in the film and stuff. And what I liked about this Dawn is the new change. And what I liked about the old Dawn is, which everyone likes, Khai Ke Paan Banaras Wala and Helen Auntie and everyone. So on that front, it is a little scary, but I think once you see the film, I've seen it yesterday, I think there won't be comparisons. It does make you forget that you're watching something you've seen before, and creates its own identity.
So it's not an exact remake. There are a lot of changes and twists.
So the beginning is very different, the ending is very different, the middle is the best part of Dawn, Khai Ke Paan Banaras Wala and stuff.
Right.
And the styling of the film, not in terms of fashion, but the pace, it's like a genuine thriller genre which has not been in India. You know, we normally, when we talk about a thriller, we go ta-tam, ta-tam, toom-cham.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's very quiet, menacing.
Wow.
You do get intrigued by the film. I mean, it is a quieter film. So it's
How many of you actually have seen the original Dawn? They're all such young guys. Oh, hell of a lot, yeah.
Okay.
That's about 85%. So some sort of comparisons. It is a little scary.
I'd like to ask, did some of you see it after knowing that a film is being remade? I mean, is there anyone, or you guys?
You saw it originally, or how many of you saw it in the last 6 months, say?
Oh, yes.
Sorry? Oh, so some of them have seen it only recently.
Otherwise,
say
I
half
would
of
think you guys are older than you look. If you had seen it, but...
Any more questions now? Next one. Okay. The young man in the black shirt there. We're going...
You launched an anti-cancer product for Biocon. Don't you think it is ironic considering you are a chain smoker?
Yeah, it is ironic, and I think it is... But just because it is ironic, it's not that. See, I don't take polio injections anymore. But I do tell people to take polio injections. Yes, it is. I have always said it and I'll say it again and again. I am trying to quit smoking, and smoking is not good for health, and it's something I should do, inshallah, as soon as I can do. But there was a reason that whenever there is a product being launched which gives me money, I do it. And whenever there is a product being launched which does some kind of goodness, not out of guilt, but out of just the fact that I'm a little educated, I think if I can promote it in some way, it is a good thing for the country, for mankind, humanity, for myself. So, when a product like a anti-cancer drug comes out, which is being attempted to be a cheaper drug, which is being attempted to be the first one from, it's the first ownership drug from India. I think it's a thing to be proud of, and that's why I went and did it. Also, there was an emotional reason. The day I was called by the company was my father's death anniversary, who had died of cancer. So I just felt a little as if I'm doing a prayer for him and in his memory. But yes, irony aside, I think smoking is no good. And I'm really, really sorry, and I apologize that I smoke, and I will try and give it up.
But you've always been very transparent about that. That
yes,
it's
I am.
Bad, but I'm trying to give it up. And you're actually typical. There's so many people like you who know it's bad but want to give it up.
Yeah, just before I came here, a friend of mine told me that you can do acupressure for it. I'm going to try that. But I did give it up for a month, and I will. Yes. I will. And specifically, I've realized it more now because of my kids. I think they don't like me smoking, and when I do think earlier, when I did not have children, when people asked me, "Would you mind if your kids smoke?" I say, "Yeah, it's his life, man. Whatever." But now that I have kids, I wouldn't like them to smoke. I do realize, and it's. I won't say I was mistaken earlier, and I said something which was a lie. But I think with experience, you understand that no, I wouldn't like my son to smoke. And the first step towards that would be if I make an effort, instead of telling him not to smoke, I think I should give up smoking. So I'll give it my best shot.
But people generally say that one thing about Shah Rukh, he never lies. Is that sometimes gets you into trouble?
Yes, it does get me into trouble, yeah. And my sense of humor, that gets me into trouble.
Yeah, a lot of people say, including your wife says, for God's sake, don't say this, and this.
Yes, my wife
and that's the first thing comes in your head.
Yeah, as soon as I'm saying something, I was on a show last time, and my wife said, don't say that. So I said what she told me not to say.
Have you checked your ancestral blood or particular...
I don't know. I mean, it must be... Genghis Khan must be very truthful.
Okay, we'll take a short break at this point. When we come back, we'll have a series of questions from these youngsters. And you can ask on anything. We're moving now from the morning to the afternoon. We got to 11 o'clock. Lunch and after lunch, key things happen. That's in a moment from now. Welcome back. We've got the youth of India. Highly intelligent lot, they look actually. Extremely happy to have Shah Rukh Khan here. Now for our next question, how about this young lady here in white in the first row?
How long has it taken you to master the art of diplomacy? Because wherever we see Shah Rukh, he's always diplomatic. Who's the co-star you're attracted to? Everyone. Who do you find beautiful? Everyone. So
I'm just a nice guy.
Comes naturally. Actually, a lot of people say it's the opposite.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people tell me I'm politically correct. It's not that. See, sometimes, apart from the fact that I've had my instances of taking my foot out of my mouth many, many times, it's not that I haven't done that. As you grow older, I think, and as I have been in a profession which is so related to always being talked about, scrutinized, looked at, rightly, wrongly, questioned, you find some young upstart saying, oh, this guy is crap. And you're like, listen, there's a lot of stuff gone into this work. Or this guy is as better than this one. Or, all these things keeps happening. You reach a stage where you realize that each thing that you're saying can hurt people. There was a time about 6-7 years ago where I said what I felt in a second. Now a time has come where truly, I'm not diplomatic, but I do hold back. When people ask me certain things, which heroine do you like? I mean, genuinely, I like them all.
Right.
But I do. I mean, they're all so good looking. They're all sexy. They're beautiful. They're friends, and I've had some really, really nice moments with them, personal and professional. And there has never been something untoward that I would say, no, this babe is really hot. See, I've crossed that age also. I mean, you know, you ask him, he'll tell you, you know, I find Ritu very sexy. But see, I've crossed that age, and I've worked with people who have helped me a lot. Most of the ladies, genuinely, have helped me a lot become what I am. So I don't want to...
way?
Yeah, you know, like people like Madhuri, Juhi. These were people who have actually danced a step in front of me so that I can keep up. I didn't know how to dance. They've been really helpful. You know, there are some songs and scenes where these girls have turned around and come up to me and said, and they were seniors, they've been working before, not age-wise, but they've been working before. They come down and say, you know, Shahrukh, do it again. Your rehearsal was better. And you were very touched by this kind of interaction with them.
Yeah.
There have been moments when, you know, my heroines and co-actors have called me and said, don't do this film. You know, people don't like you like this. Like, for example, I'll give you a recent example of a film like Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. A lot of my heroine friends have called up, who've acted and not acted in the film, and said, you know, Shahrukh, people like to see you nicer. I understand as an actor I want to do a film which is different, but they say, they make me aware, and I think that's great help. Who takes interest in somebody else's job like this? I have never called up anyone and said. So I know that I may be working with...
That's not true. You've also been helpful people.
I have been kind, but I think it's very mutual. So I can't suddenly, you know, I've worked with this lady and I really like her, but I know the importance of the other one in a very personal way. So I have to say something which is not diplomatic, which is truly felt. I can't explain why I like everyone. You know, that would be really a long interview and an interesting book. But, you know, sometimes there are moments when I am, I won't say diplomatic, but I am a little cautious now. I think, see, I can on this program say smoking is good because I do smoke. But I think it's a wrong thing to say. I feel it also wrong. I mean, this might not be the best example, but, you know, I could be frivolous and say, what the hell, I smoke and go to hell. I think it is wrong. It is wrong because it affects, and I realize that now because my children are affected. So I think these things are important, that what I say now has to be a little more cautious and clearly stated, even though some people may blame me for being, "Arey yaar, to bahut diplomatic hai." I mean, you know, the other day I was doing an interview and somebody said, oh, you are scared, you're going to, same question actually, which heroine do you like? And I said, all of them. And he said, oh, you don't want to be offensive. I said, you want me to be offensive? I'll give you a Maa Ki Gali. I mean, offense is not a problem. I'm from Delhi, dude. I can do this. Don't tell me that, you know, it's not that I'm not wanting to be offensive. I think it's important.
You realize the impact of what you say is
I think, yeah.
bigger than it is.
I don't like it. I wish I could say certain things, you know, just off the cuff and apologize if it's wrong or whatever, because I am a natural person that way. But I think over years, so your answer, I mean, such a long answer given, it's 5 years. I've learned the art of diplomacy.
But I do want to tell you, my daughter at the moment is in South America, and she's in La Paz at 12,000 feet making a film for somebody else. And she's come from Lima in Peru, and the only Indian they know in that part of the world is Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. Okay. Yeah. How do you live with that? And at Marrakesh, your posters are being sold in all the bazaars. How do you live with this?
You see, I've never understood why I have become a big star. The only thing I know I do, which again sounds very cliche, is that I just work hard and I'm very focused and I don't look at anything else. There is no peripheral that is important to me. The parties are not important. I'm thankful for them. The posters are not important. I'm grateful for them. The media is not important, but I love them because they've been very kind to me. For me, what has happened is that one shot that I give in front of the camera, that is important. And for last 16 years...
totally focused on
absolutely, that. I just love doing that. Right. I love saying, Dawn ko pakadna mushkil nahi na mumkin. I love it. I can't explain it. I mean, I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 in about a month's time, less than a month's time. But the excitement I have of giving that one punch when I'm shooting that film, getting that kick right, or saying something silly as a senorita, oh, it just turns me on. I love it. I love it. I get so excited. I become like a kid. And I just love the whole, you know, the camera starts and they tell me, look at this guy angrily. I love that angry look.
Yeah?
And I say, can I do it once more? I live for that. I live for every second that I give that shot on. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy the muck-ups. I enjoy the great shot. I enjoy some just normal things. And I do not think of anything else. For me, I come back home, perhaps having won some of the best awards in the country. And I'm so excited thinking that today I gave a shot where I opened the door And I said, Don ke dushman ki sabse badi ghalti ye hai ki wo Don ka dushman. I mean, there's no other life beyond that thing.
Another question?
Why do you prefer romantic films? Just because they go for hits?
No, I'm like any other guy who's employed. I mean, 9 to 6 job. They tell me, sign this file, do this. I'm hating it, but I have to do it. So many a times the romantic films, I don't even understand.
But from what you say, pull the other leg. Right? Now tell me, but from what you say is 9 to 5 is not a job. Everything else is secondary to that. You love it.
I can't tell you. I mean, it'll sound hammed like I do in my acting. But I just love it. I just love it. Like sometimes my kids get up in the morning and they tell me an inane conversation. And Papa, then what happened, Papa? He came to me, then I looked at him, Papa, and then I said, I'll give you, and he walked from that side. And you don't understand what kids are saying at times. But they tell you a story, and then I went there, and then the fairy, you don't understand. But you realize the passion with which they're narrating this story is very important to them. I mean, there are times when I say, look, I understood nothing, you fool. Now go away. But the passion is there, and so you have to say, oh, really nice. That's what happened. So I'm like that kid actually when I'm acting.
And some of the directors say that to you.
And some of the directors say that's really nice. I'm sure.
Just get back to
more than directors, some audience must be saying when they see a film like Duplicate, oh, but yeah, that's really nice. But don't do this again.
Any other questions now? Oh my God, so many hands. How about that young lady in the second last row? Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you that you're looking very cute in this shirt.
Arey wow. How about a clap for that? Now we don't want to hear the second part of that question.
That is the biggest problem I have. No girl tells me you look cute without a shirt.
The young girl in green here, in the third row.
God forbid such a day comes when you walk on the street and nobody recognizes you.
Right, see, either I'll not walk on that street. I think, I mean, to be very honest, and I'm like Dr. Saab said here, that I'm very clear about certain things. I love being a star. I love being a star, and I think all of us, when I say a star, I don't mean a film star. I mean Dr. Pranoy here, all the youngsters here, everyone who's shooting this program, everybody has wanted to excel in their field. I've seen his work on television when I was very young.
When you were in kindergarten?
Yeah,
let's not go that far.
I still remember the first thing I know of him is swings. You're the first guy who introduced swings. I don't know you would know or not.
Elections.
But all these election graphs and graphics that you see today, which you take so naturally, he started them. When there were no graphics on television talking about election swings and stuff, which I didn't understand. But there was always a thing, it was an innovation. Because of his innovation, he reaches a stage. He must have reached it. He hasn't reached it. He has a company. He runs his own television stuff, whatever. But you always feel like continuing to do more. All of us want to reach a status, what we dream of, without it having an end. I also dream the same. I don't know if I can exist without being a star. Many a time, I've never complained about crowds crowding me or not being able to walk on Chowpatty. I don't want to do that. I want to, if I was, it's a bad thing to say, I'm not a pessimist, but if I was to go away from this world, I'd like to go away as a star, being recognized on the roads. I'm very clear about it.
Okay, I have to end this section with afternoons, now at lunchtime.
Okay.
You take a break?
At lunch, no.
No break?
No, no break at all. I never sleep. I sleep for 5 hours a day at night, which we'll talk about later.
That comes later, okay.
Sometimes even not that 5 hours.
We'll take a quick break at this point, back in just a moment to see what he does in the evenings, all those parties, in a moment from now. Come back to this very special edition with Shah Rukh Khan, the one and only Shah Rukh Khan. We got down to his, we're looking at morning, afternoon, evening. And the last section is what Shah Rukh Khan does at night. But now it's the evenings, parties. You hate them?
Yeah, I don't like them. I'm a little antisocial and I'm very shy. Just now I've called up my, I was with my co-actor for the next film, and I couldn't say hello to her and some other friends of mine who were attending a party last night. And I had to call them all up who don't know me well enough and explain to them that I'm really sorry. I am a middle-class, complexed boy in upmarket parties. So I get very odd. I'm good with performing in front of 1 lakh people. Because
it's a strange dichotomy,
it's a very
right?
strange, it's very, very dichotomous. You tell me to be somebody and act out like a fool, do anything. For acting, I'll do anything. But if I'm supposed to be just me, I get very awkward and I'm quite reclusive and antisocial that way. But if I'm sitting with friends, like I can sit down and chat with you for 4 hours.
Yeah, we
like
have
enter
done
a party, I'll be odd with you.
And you have been an amazing mimic of people, but that you won't do on air.
No, I won't do it.
You can't imagine what a great mimic. Every actor and actress, don't you want to mimic one person? Outstanding. He'll keep you in splits for hours. Okay, question time. How about you? Yeah, question number one.
If you had to marry somebody from Hollywood, who would that be?
No, availability-wise, Angelina's here. So we don't have to fly, take a 3-wheeler, go to Pune. But I don't know, I mean, you know, see, it's not up to me who I want to marry. They should be wanting to marry me too. And I think my wife's better than any Hollywood actress. I mean, she's really cool. She's quite cool.
Okay, here. How about you? Okay, last row, guy in red t-shirt. Yeah.
Want to know what kind of music does Shah Rukh Khan like? I mean,
I'm tone deaf. I'm a non-musical person.
We were just going to ask you to sing.
Yeah, I can't sing.
chance?
I've done it in...
songs from your movies are like super hit.
I know they're really nice, so that just goes to show I have nothing to do with it. It's the directors and the music. If I hear a song, I can tell you if it's nice. You know, if a tone-deaf person likes a song, it must be really good. So they ask me, is it good? And I'm sorry, yeah, this is good. But I try to learn the guitar because that's one little thing I've always been thinking in my life, that if I knew music, I think I would be a superstar. I genuinely believe. I would have been really a good star. So I'm teaching my son, and I tried to learn also. I bought myself a guitar from this amazing teacher called Mr. Bismarck, who's 70 years old, and he's really fantastic. But even he gave up. He said, you don't play music from the ear, you try to do it with the hands and all. So musically, I'm not good at really.
Well, one thing is about the tune, but the rhythm, the beat gets you moving because you obviously dance.
Yeah, I know, you know, it's a little bit of a misnomer. I do it in films, but I think Amrita Singh, very close friend of mine from Delhi in childhood, she told me when I started doing Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman, he said, Shahrukh, just look happy and it'll look you're dancing to beat. I mean, good dancers are Dugu and Shahid. I mean, these guys are wonderful dancers, Govinda and all. I mean, I just sort of get past.
But I thought Farah says that you're one of the best dancers.
Oh, I produce a film, she has to say it.
Okay, how about another one? Okay.
Okay, how do you find yourself in Mr. Bachchan's shoes? I mean, one superstar being compared to another for a movie.
His shoes are too big. Very big. His pants are too long, his shoes are too big. See, seriously speaking, I personally feel it's not the kind of respect Mr. Bachchan should get being compared to anyone who has just done work for 15 years compared to his 35 or 30 years. I can always say, oh yeah, it feels really great and I'm honored and all that I am. I never thought in my life that the actors that I love, I'm going to be compared to them. And not pitted against each other, but compared to them. But in all honesty, if you ask me, the importance of his work, yes, maybe 30 years from now, if he's not still working, and I'm still working, maybe a comparison would still be all right. Though I think in creative artistic fields, you don't compare Janet Jackson to Michael Jackson to Lata Ji, or I mean, it's a creative field, and otherwise, I'm just very honored that there are days when I see and I say, oh, people think I'm like Amitabh Bachchan. That's really cool. All of us would think that, I'm sure. I mean, like, you know, it's really nice, but I think it is not right. Why? Because, inshallah, I also work for the next 15 years, and there's a young guy like me who comes and who's a good actor or who's doing a lot of hard work. I don't think I would like being compared to him. I may not say it, I may be diplomatic and say there's space for everybody and it's very nice and la and youngsters should get a chance and all. But I think as far as the seriousness of the work that has gone in for 30 years is concerned, I don't think it is something right to do. But it's wonderful. God has been kind that people are comparing me to legends.
But is there ever does it niggle you, competitiveness, or you just do your own thing? Or does
Never. I think that's one of the things I like to tell all the young people. It is, I'm amazingly competitive. I'm very ambitious. I want to do what I do the best, even if I'm playing carom. I want to win it. If I'm brushing my teeth, I do it as there's no other brushing tomorrow. Yeah, I'm like that. Everything that I do needs to be done to the best of your capability. If you actually start doing it with that kind of passion, believe you me, you'll never believe there is competition. because so much energy goes in, and people think I say it like the young lady here thinks I'm just being diplomatic in saying it. Yes, there will be days when you'll wake up thinking your work has not been good enough. There are days when I wake up thinking, God, am I slipping? I'm used to being a star. Am I slipping? There will be days when I'll walk on the roads. This is not unrealistic. It will happen. But I just focus myself. No. I need to open that door and say, Don ke dushman ki sabse badi ghalti ye hai ki wo Don ka dushman hai. And if I say it with passion enough, I will not believe anything else. And I think all the youngsters, I say that to my son, that please don't worry about competition. There will be bad days. There will be good years. There will be bad years. But just keep working with a lot of passion and it'll all seem okay. You won't look at anybody else.
But after all these years, yeah, that's great actually. That deserves that.
Really, to all the young people, yeah.
But after all these years, does it sometimes annoy you that you think this film was really great, I was really great in it, and it flopped? Or this film was frankly mediocre and it was a bloody hit? And you basically find it difficult to judge.
See, at the end of it all, I've done about 47, 48 films. I think I've evened out. So it's sort of fitus, as they say in Bombay. That some not really...
I'm saying not being able to understand which is a hit and which is...
Yeah, it is frustrating.
Strange.
It is frustrating. And it's like I'll be nearing a release. I've done so many films and I am easily one of the more in control kind of actors about being hyper during a release. I know that, this has gone right. I know before the release. I'm experienced enough to know this won't go where Dilwale went or Kuch Kuch Hota Hai went. It has its own limitations. Knowing fully well, I've gone ahead and done some films which just said good things, including my own Paheli, I thought, with no justification. Finally, it may not be a good film. But I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about women, knowing it's not going to be a... so you know all that, but still, yeah, I mean, you realize on a Friday how little you know. How little you understand films. And how much more...
After 48 films.
48 films, and how much more there is a certain section of an audience, who knows? I can show, like I'll show Dawn to all the kids here. They'll tell you in a second it's good or bad. I'm sitting here thinking it's wonderful or non-wonderful. But it takes only 30 seconds for the audience to realize. And that realization, I think that objectivity, I think a film person can never have. You have to live with that acceptance. It's frustrating.
But that's also the beauty of it.
I think it is. I mean, it's very exciting when you're like, you're calling Friday. Kya log kya kare? Log ja rahe hain bahar? हाँ, मुझको जाने मत दो, सर, उसको बहुत तेज बाथरूम आ रहा है, उसको जाना है, नहीं, उसको रोक लो प्लीज यार, don't let people move, कोई chips खा रहा है, this is strange, like my friends have reacted in trials where a guy has done, don't make noise. You get hyper about your films, but that's exciting. Yeah.
Do you ever sit at the back row and watch the release and the reaction of the audience?
I've seen my film once during one of the technical trials with the team, and that's it. I've never seen my film twice in the last 8 years. Some films I haven't seen at all. I mean, I just know I've made the film and it seems good. I've reached a level where I like people to come and tell me about a film I haven't seen. Hey, that's damn good. So I see it like an actor who's perhaps not in the film. I like to retain that objectivity. A lot of films I haven't seen.
Interesting.
And I just leave them. Now, like, I've seen Dawn, and I may not see it again. I'm quite happy with having seen it once. Like, one of my favorite films, Swades, I haven't seen it after it was finally released. And a lot of people told me it's got some very nice moments and stuff. So one day, when I'm, like, really retired and nobody recognizing me on the roads, I will take out Swades and see it.
Okay, how about another question from the neglected side of the audience? The young girl in the white in the second row, ask your question.
Please tell us something about your recently launched book.
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing. You suddenly have a book and this very close friend of mine, Muni, made a documentary in a world.
Yes.
And you suddenly start realizing, am I that important? Because like I said, I genuinely am quite it sounds strange now, but it is true. The mentality is of an educated middle-class boy who's come from Delhi to do a job. It doesn't sound true anymore. I wear flashy clothes, I have cool cars, and I'm a big star. But truthfully, in my heart, I'm like that. So when Muni tells me I want to do a film about you, and I'm like, why? Similarly, this other friend of mine, Anupama Chopra, who's a fantastic writer, she said, I'm writing a book on you called King of Bollywood. And she's an intellectual and really a fantastic writer. She wrote a book on Sholay. And then a friend of mine, Mushtaq, says, I'm going to make a pictorial book on you. I'm like, listen, is it time to retire? Or, it is a little embarrassing. I don't know. But the only reason I was writing a book, which I've stopped because so many people have written books on me now, is I really wanted to give a message to the youth and young people. Because I also truly believe at the age of 40, I'm still quite young at heart, that I can tell people that there is nothing better than honesty and goodness to achieve your goals. There are easier ways to do it, and you will find them, more opportunities in your face to go that way. But finally, goodness, honesty, and a bit of patience is all that is required.
That is the change in Shah Rukh, in the sense that you are very aware of your impact now. That's a big change.
Yeah, I think everybody's life is different.
It's important to do that.
It is important to do that. See, everybody's life is different. Everybody's not going to pass through what I have passed through. But I think an experience of saying that, you know, just basic goodness, honesty is nice, should be passed through. I mean, that would be important about this.
So now you've got home in the evening from work, and you're about to go to a party, or you read a book in between. What do you do? You come home at what time from work?
I leave normally at 6:30 or at 9 o'clock, depending on the shift. It's normally 9 to 9 or 9 to 6. It takes you an hour from anywhere in Bombay to get back to your house. So I'm either home at 10, then
you don't see the kids?
No, then I put them to sleep. My son sleeps at 10, my daughter at 9:30. So I put them to sleep, I tell them some stories. Sometimes of the movies I'm planning to sign. and
that puts them to sleep. That's
you know, I'll tell you, I mean, some of the films I've been doing lately, it shouldn't surprise you.
This is your first check.
Well, let me tell you, like a lot of people, how do you choose films? I mean, if I actually told you, it's quite strange. If my kids like it, I do it. If they don't like it, I don't do it. So it's dependent on a 6-year-old little girl. So I tell them a story, but I make stories. I make interesting stories. Now I make it a point to read a story in a day, which I can exaggerate and tell them. And that's it. Then I sort of work out a little.
Oh, that's when you work out. Okay, we'll take a break. He works out a little, goes to the party he hates, and then he comes back, and then...
Inside the parties. You don't. I get very shy.
You don't eat at all?
Outside I don't eat, because, you know, every time you eat outside in a party, then you get a picture in the papers like...
Okay, we'll come back in just a moment after this short break. See you then. Welcome back to this very special edition of India Questions with Shah Rukh Khan. This is the last section, Shah Rukh Life at Night. But first, let's get this young gentleman in... Oh, the young lady here. Go ahead.
You are one of those actors who has balanced his life as professional and family. How do you do that?
Sometimes I feel strange that people talk about it in a special way. Oh, you take out time for your family. Everybody does. Oh, you love your family. Everybody does. Oh, you're a good father. Everybody is. But I think just because it is talked about a little more, and there was an assumption, which is now clearing away, in the minds of people, that people in the film industry are a little more flippant and frivolous and not really, you know, not very many people wanted to be film actors. You know, there was a, like, I've heard Mr. Bachchan also say a couple of times कि एक ज़माना था कि लोग चाहते नहीं थे कि उनके बच्चे फिल्मों में काम करें. I think that time has changed now. And with that change in time, the reason for that change is that people are spending time with their family. They are doing films. They're decent, educated lot, and it's a great profession to be in. Everybody in personal life has not succeeded in any profession. It's just that you get to hear more about the profession. See, you have even now news channels having the last 4.5 minutes dedicated to Bollywood. Okay, let's talk about whose marriage has broken up now, which is really nice. But, you know, in other lives also, I mean, there are, if you really sit down and look at 1 billion people or the whole world, relationships go sour, they go wrong, they go right, they have problems. But you just get to, I mean, it's no fun knowing about Mr. Khanna and Mrs. Chopra.
That's quite good fun.
I mean, yeah, I mean, no, unless it's about Mrs. Yash Chopra and Mr. Rajesh Khanna, it's no fun.
Right. But bringing these two together, you said it's getting more professional, educated, etc. And family life is possible now. Is it now a trend that women can get married and stay on in the movies? Because that used to be a complete no-no. Why has that changed?
I think, yes, I mean, if you see, case in point, I've heard Madhuri is coming back and going to do a film. Juhi has been working consistently for the last 5 years. Kajol has been working after marriage and working at a very nice status. It's not that, you know, they're not doing some good work. Yes, of course, you know, post-marriage, one is assuming one gets married at a certain age, you get older, so you have to do roles which suit you. You cannot be doing certain...
But that wasn't there was a kind of taboo earlier, right?
Is, I mean,
why was the taboo earlier?
I think because, you know, somewhere down the line, the fact was that
So a bit dicey, that's sort of
yeah, you know, people said ki, "Arey shaadi ho gaya to log," you know, there were very simplistic viewpoints. I remember when I joined the film industry, I was told I was getting married, and my producer said ki, "Arey, phir to hum aapke sath picture nahi karenge, kyunki romantic hero shaadi shuda nahi chalta."
Achha.
And somebody gave me a figure that which was wrong, and that's why I can say it. Mr. Rishi Kapoor ki 17% audience drop ho gaya tha shaadi ke baad. So I'm like, I'm really sorry, but listen, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm getting married. I mean, the girl is ready, dude. We can't just suddenly not do this. So I think that all is changing because people realized those 17% drops were never there. It was just some guy. Now you know actually that there is no drop. The drop and raise is only because of the work. You know?
Of the work, yeah.
There's a lot of appreciation on it.
This young guy in the yellow shirt.
Are you looking forward to direct a movie in the future?
Yes, I would like to. I think that would be the ultimate thing I'd like to do. But it's a very lonely job, and I'd like to do it at a later stage of my life.
So many hands up. Okay, you want to ask a question? Okay, last row, right, extreme right, yeah. Go ahead.
If you would have been in Pranay Roy's place, Mr. Pranay Roy's place, and he would have been Shah Rukh, how you would have introduced Shah Rukh Khan? I just want
Muh mein ghee shakkar, isn't that what they say?
I would tell him to dance on Khai Ke Pan Banaras Wala.
Well, that's going to happen. Right. Okay, before we do that, last question from the lady in front of you in the pink shirt. Yeah.
How do you rate yourself?
About 4.5. Myself? 4.5. I mean, because I'm modest and sweet.
You would rate yourself as 4.5 as an actor?
Yeah. I think there's a long way to go for me to...
they say modesty is the facade with which mediocrity impersonates genuine excellence.
Everyone understood that?
Okay, what did he say I should ask him to do? Yeah. Right, and who wants to dance and learn from him? But you got to be able to look happy, right? You come, right? You come. And, okay, you come because you haven't asked a question. And one from that side. You want to dance? Come.